I bought another one. I want to talk about one of the most well-known backpack blowers in the landscaping industry, the Echo 770H. I bought both of these blowers used, but the one on the left here I've had for about 5 or 6 years. I got it either 2019 or 2020. This one on the right, I just got it today. So the reason I bought a newer one is, you guessed it, this one started acting up on me a little bit. It's giving me hours and hours of flawless service. It's been so reliable, and these are such great blowers. But what it's been doing lately is, when I run it for about a minute, it starts up fine and everything, but after running it for about a minute, it'll shut off just out of nowhere, no sputtering or anything. It'll just kick right off and die. And it'll do that a couple more times, it seems like, until it's fully warmed up, and then it runs fine. I did try a little to fix it. I replaced the tank vent, and then I noticed that the primer bulb, this is a brand new one right here, I noticed that it was leaking a little bit around the edge when I push on it, so I replaced that. Spent about 15 bucks replacing those two things. It didn't fix it. So now I could try a carburetor, I could try a coil. Neither of those are very cheap for OEM. So I needed something that was definitely gonna work, tomorrow. So yeah, guys, $380 lightly used versus $600 for a new one. I'm happy. And everything on this blower feels so new. The pull start feels a lot different than mine, even though they're the same exact unit. Totally tell a difference. The engine sounds newer. It's kind of makes a lot more of a popping noise rather than kind of a duller engine sound. That could just mean that this one's needed a little bit of a tune for a while too. But yeah, everything on it looks so nice. I peeled gas out of it, and it didn't smell real bad, but it smelled old, and I put some fresh gas in it, so we really don't have much access to like any ethanol-free gas here. I think there's maybe a couple stations in all of California that sell it, so I always just use regular 91 from the pump with ethanol. And then I noticed that the tank vent line wasn't in the grommet, it was just kind of floating there. So I decided to go ahead and plug that vent line in there, and that involved taking off the tank bracket from like 4 bolts at the bottom, moving the tank over a little bit. Not a big deal at all. And then around here at the tube, I noticed when I bought it that this hose clamp was in the wrong place. It was over here, and there's like a slot for it right here. So I moved it over because when I bought it, there was a lot of, I think a little bit of play right there is normal where that seam is, because it has to be able to move around like that, but there was a lot of movement there. So move the hose clamp over, it's all good. And I think it's normal to feel a little bit of air coming from the seam. It's not completely airtight. It's got to be able to swivel around, but at the same time, it's on there good. I really like these hip throttles. Right there at the click is off. And yeah, they're just comfortable. It's like, it's like a cruise control, but they're really not that bad either to use in short bursts. And when you've got to get on this a lot and really operate it a lot back and forth, I've gotten totally used to it, and it makes this handle really, really comfortable. No trigger there. That's nice. I think these hip throttles might be a little bit more durable and robust than the tube trigger throttles, because you just got this little tiny piece of cable right here, nothing to really get snagged on. If it was the trigger throttle, you'd have, the big old cable running here on the outside. So it's a clean look, and these have been really durable for me. I have seen these get broken. I've seen on someone else's, they broke them, but I mean, mine, I've had this in my truck. It's been smashed under tools before. It's been smashed like this and stayed like that, and no problems. The straps even look brand new. So I actually put these straps on here brand new, maybe about a year ago, or even a little bit less, and they've already faded quite a bit, and they're less poofy than these ones. So I just wanted to show, here's how you know how it's got more than just a couple hours on it. The filter has, accumulated a decent amount of dirt. I mean, if this thing was only ran for 2, 5, 10 hours, the filter probably wouldn't look like that, but yeah. So guys, what makes these some of the best blowers on the market is they're compact, powerful, and extremely reliable. I think this has just got to be known to be one of the most reliable blowers on the market. As far as the noise goes, it's loud, but I think it's reasonable for the amount of power you get. It's definitely not as loud as the 9010, considerably less. I used to have the 8010, and it's got the really huge hose on it, really big airstream. I felt like it had less airspeed, but I think that they might have fixed that in the newer 9010, because I could definitely notice a difference in the airspeed, whereas I like that in the 770 a lot more. I've put a lot of hours on a Steel BR600 too, and I think that that's a really great option as well. I'm not really sure that those are known to be quite as robust and last for maybe quite as many hours as the Echo is, because they are that 4 mix with, you know, some of the 4-cycle parts in there, valves and stuff like that can go wrong. But I will say that I think the BR600 is really comfortable, maybe more so than the 770. They sound quite a bit different since the BR600 is that 4 mix and everything. But you know, I prefer the 770 a little bit more overall, so I knew that I'd be getting another one. They're very nice machines, and even though I don't think they're quite as comfortable as the Steel BR600, they're pretty comfortable. They've got these thick straps and thick foam right here, and I think that this plastic circular thing in here, if I remember right, it's kind of like a thing that plugs the fan, so you can remove that, and the fan in there will blow more air against your back to keep you a little bit cooler, I believe is what that is. Anyways, probably about 70% of the gardeners I see are running this blower. Maybe the other 20% are running the BR600 or other larger models by Echo or Stihl, and then, you know, some guys have a little bit smaller blowers that just aren't as good. Anyways, I think this is the perfect blower for people doing medium-sized jobs, some big jobs, as long as you're not trying to do really big leaf cleanups with it all the time. This is a great blower. They've been selling it for a lot of years. They still sell it. Okay, that wraps it up. So what kind of blower do you guys use?